Are you an indie podcast or content creator looking to reach a wider audience? Look no further. Introducing Podcastic, the ultimate podcast network designed exclusively for indie creators like you. At Podcastic, we believe in the power of unique voices and fresh perspectives. We're here to amplify your passion and creativity, connecting you with the growing community of engaged listeners who crave original content. Podcastic is more than just a platform. It's a support system built for indie podcasters, offering a range of resources to help you succeed. From tailored promotional campaigns to professional production assistance, we're here to help you shine. Our intuitive platform makes it easy for you to be seen and heard. We do all the heavy lifting for you. You just show up and create. Plus, with our advanced analytics, you'll gain valuable insights into your audience's preferences, allowing you to refine your content and grow your fan base. Ignite your passion, expand your reach, and thrive with podcasting. Visit our website at www.podcasticlife.com to get started. Podcastic, the home for indie podcasts and content creators.
TNT Cakes, Creations, and more, what we specialize in: red velvet and strawberry cheesecake, chocolate-covered strawberries, custom baby boxes, custom signs, custom tees and sweatshirts, custom sports balls, graduation accessories, custom glasses and tumblers, custom license plates, heat transfers, custom office signs. TNT Cakes, Creations, and more. Give us a call.
This episode of the Big Flexx Strongcast is sponsored by Gym Animal Muscle Gang brand. If you are looking for some help reaching your health and fitness goals with one-on-one training, group training, meal plans, nutritional advice, and more, visit GAMGfitness.com. Do you want to look great while working out with the dopest workout apparel? T-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, joggers, skull caps, tank tops, and more. Visit www.gamgfitness.com or email us at gamgpodcast7@gmail.com. Don't forget to visit us on Instagram or Facebook under Gym Animal Muscle Gang Fitness, or give us a call at 313-378-7274. That's 313-378-7274.
Time it is. Welcome back to the GAMG, the Big Flexx Strongcast. I am your extinguished host in the building, John Q in this bitch. What up, though, y'all? You know how we do.
What up,
dog?
So you already know who we got down there. You know what I'm saying? Pulling it on in with the red shirt on. What up, though, sis?
The one and only
Natalia Deshawn in the building.
Hey, fam.
Oh, you said give it up to the snaps. You say snaps. Snaps. And of course, say, look, we waiting on Snipes to get on in here. I think he
might be downstairs.
He might be downstairs.
I get him.
Is he Putin? He still got gas problems. No. Well, hey, look, Don Snipes gonna be back here. He gonna be in the building in a minute. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
And True Toast, I think that boy's still on the grill or something. So you know what I'm saying? We gonna hold it down for True Toast. You know what I'm saying? So.
All right. Yeah, he done. We sending him up now. He had to,
okay.
He had to make a special appearance. You know how he do.
Okay, so look, y'all. You know, our special guest in the building. You know what? Give me a minute. You know, this guy is a busy man. You know what I'm saying? So we just gonna run it on off like this. Award-winning SAG-AFTRA actor, based out of Detroit, Michigan. Mm-hmm. He can be seen on stage, film, television, commercials, and voiceovers. Some of his notable career accomplishments include Days of Our Lives, Chicago PD on NBC, Detroiters on Comedy Central, Low Winter's Sun on AMC, Batman vs. Superman for Warner Brothers, commercial and voiceover work for Ford, Chevrolet, GUM, T-Row, Price, and many others, plus productions of Dominic
Mauricio,
Pipeline, all right? Detroit 67 and Paradise Blues. You can see him as Ahmed in Richard Wesley's Black Terror, produced by Tina Knowles Lawson and directed by Richard Lawson.
Yeah.
And twin in a recent movie that they got me in. You know what I'm saying? I Wish I Could See Heaven. Give it up to your brother. You know what I'm saying? The busiest man in Detroit and everywhere. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna even say just Detroit, everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
Blessings.
Henri Franklin.
What up, dog? What
Hey man, I've been trying to get you up here for the longest, man.
Yeah,
you know,
man.
Be like, I've been knowing you all my life or something. Like, you know what I'm saying? See you every day and everything. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
Hey, look,
yeah.
welcome. Hey, look. Thanks for coming on by. You know what I'm saying? You know.
appreciate
Go ahead. Hey, look, go out here like this.
Nah,
Hey,
I'm
flex it on now. You know how we do.
All right, okay,
Yeah, there you
boom,
go. There you go.
All right.
There you go. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
okay.
So, we normally kick it off like this. You know, how is your strong end? You know what I'm saying? When we say strong end, we don't say weekend. So we say strong end. What do you end up doing? Say this past, say Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Oh, here goes Snipes.
There he is.
Yeah, you know, I think he finally squirrels out some of that brown stuff out of his pocket. You know what I'm saying?
Sheesh.
Yeah, what up, though, Snipes? Say what's up, man. Before we get into the strong end activities. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, all right?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Down on the struggle bus today. We gonna give him a little bit of grace.
Appreciate you.
So what's up? So how was your strong end? We gonna let you go ahead and leave.
My strong end was good, man. I got to I kicked it with my boys a little bit. We went and saw. I have 2 sons and a daughter. We went to go see the new Deadpool Wolverine.
Okay, how was it?
It was dope.
Yeah,
it was actually.
See, I'm gonna go this next strong end and go see it.
Yeah.
I did go to the show though. But
Yeah, it was pretty dope, man.
Okay.
I walked in exhausted. I walked in tired. I never drifted off. I never fell asleep.
Oh damn. Okay.
Yeah, no.
Okay, so it's pretty good.
I
Then.
think it was in there. There was a lot of
Ooh,
cameos.
listen. Now see.
Don't tell too much.
No.
Don't
I
tell-
don't like to spoil nothing, but I'm gonna say this: there are cameos in this movie that, if they would have alluded to it, I think more people would have jumped on it even faster. Like when
Okay.
you go see this, you're gonna go, "What?
Okay.
How?
Okay.
How does
Okay.
this make? Oh, that's
Okay.
how it makes it
Okay.
like legit."
Okay. Then they got the little stuff at the end too, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
But you
Like
know
they
what?
normally
But
do.
you.
But they already
Nah.
announced that. Everybody know that.
Yeah, that's what they do. Yeah.
Robert Downey gonna be playing.
Yeah. I seen that.
Yeah, but that
I
ain't
did see-
in it at all.
You said that ain't even
don't
it,
have nothing
yeah.
to do with it. Like,
Yeah, like I said, I'm going to. We gonna.
I'm telling you, some
going to go
people
see
you
it.
know and seen before
Okay.
are in this boy.
Okay.
Like, yeah, they back.
Oh shit. Okay.
kind of thing. I'm gonna just say
Okay.
that they back.
Okay.
And you can go see who they are.
So even
Okay.
though he played Iron Man, they gonna let him play another character.
Doom-
Because
Doomsday.
in the universe, in the comic book,
Yeah.
you will understand.
You got the multiverse.
Yeah, 'cause they
How
didn't-
he
yeah,
is,
yeah.
the multiverse, and how he became.
Yeah.
How Iron Man even come back is the reason why Dr. Doom was. 'Cause
Yeah.
Iron Man had to come back. It's a big thing between them two.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah.
both of them was multi-billionaires and all that stuff and scientists. It's kind of deep.
Yeah.
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 All right.
I think it's fire. You know, people love Robert Downey.
Yeah,
man.
yeah, yeah.
They love him, especially in this role.
And when he unmasked and stuff at the
Comic-Con, yeah.
They went crazy.
They went nuts.
Hey man, I'm
So
ready
they didn't
for.
know who it was?
I'm ready for y'all, man, to put out. You know what I'm saying? A
Oh,
superhero. Hell
some
yeah, dog.
sci-fi.
Hell yeah.
Listen, man.
Listen, man,
I
it's-
gotta say this. I gotta say this, man.
It's big love in that shit, man.
The independent game is doing a lot, and hats off to a bunch of people doing a lot of dope stuff.
Yeah.
I would love to see somebody attempt to tackle the fantasy.
Yeah.
I would just love to see it.
I got
Now,
one. I'm gonna
Yeah.
put one on the floor before y'all leave here tonight, and it's just for y'all too. We gonna put it on the floor.
and
All
listen,
right, see,
listen,
that's
'cause
how
I
they make
love
moves and shit.
transforming into
That's
some
how
stuff.
it
That shit
happens.
on out.
That's what I'm
how
talking
we
about.
do.
And there you have it, people.
You say solution based up here, goddamn.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So how was your strong end, sis?
Oh, my strong end was booked and busy, so I won't talk about all of the things and just give you a couple of highlights. I did have a really nice day out on Saturday downtown. So we're going to talk about pit and peak, right? So my pit is the downside. I freaking hate parking downtown.
Oh yeah, that's one of my pet peeves too. I hate just parking. Period. Paying for parking.
Paying for parking.
Yeah, that shit is.
it's the
that shit whack
paying
as
for
hell.
parking. Like now, I'm already gonna come down here and spend some money, and then
Yeah.
I gotta pay y'all to park to come
40?
down here and
Yeah.
spend some money.
Yeah, that shit ridiculous.
Insane.
Yeah, that's one of my
insane.
pet peeves.
So that was the pit. But I went to this restaurant. I'm not gonna even lie until I do not remember the name. It start with an E, but it's right at Griswold and Grand River. So there's like a Mediterranean restaurant, and then there's a smaller restaurant. I want to say it's called Etoile. I don't remember. Anyway, the food was good.
Or like
it's a cute
Elohim or
little
something. I
quaint.
think that's what it is.
Yeah, it's a cute little quaint, and then they have like games outside of it, cornhole and the big Jenga.
Cornhole.
So yeah, so just like going down there, spending some time walking around. I also went to the Peach Cobbler Factory.
Is it good?
Now listen, I think
Hearing mixed shit about
it's
this.
a cute. Listen, I think it's a cute little concept. But as someone who cooks and makes peach cobbler, I feel like it's overrated. It was good, but it didn't give what it needed to give for me.
Okay.
It didn't get Grandma Nim with the crust.
It didn't give grandma them. I didn't taste cinnamon. I didn't taste nutmeg. It didn't have that little splash of like
So
citrus.
you know what shit with that grandma and shit, they put their whole ankle in that motherfucker.
Yeah,
You know
like
what
it
I'm
was.
And if your
To
grandma
me,
got
it
a
was
mustache,
missing a lot of that core flavor from
You got
grandma's
the
peach
turkey arms.
cobbler.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So, like, yeah, I feel like they didn't use like. I don't know. It was for me. It was a couple of like core things
It was
missing, but
using,
again,
like,
that's because
diet
I'm a
sugar or
cook. I can make my own. Like, so I think for people who can't get it or can't make it, it probably lives up to the hype.
Okay.
I was talking to a couple of people in there. I heard the banana pudding is really good, so maybe I'll go back one day and try that. But I just got the traditional peach cobbler because I felt like if your name is Peach Cobbler Factory, that should be the thing that is like A1 on your menu, and it just wasn't that for me.
All right.
Yeah, so
All right. No.
that was probably the highlight of
Did she have ice cream that you can get with it? Like some, just to kind of.
yeah, there's ice cream that you can get with it. I didn't get the ice cream because us brown folks is lactose intolerant, and I was gonna be out for a while.
Bubble guts.
That makes sense. That makes
So
sense.
no.
I get that.
You just brought up something real interesting because that is something maybe they could think about adding to the concept of that, like having like maybe some alternative so that you can
lactose
still
intolerant.
Lactose free.
Facts.
Lactose free.
Yeah,
Facts.
like whether it be some cashew or some soy or coconut flavored ice cream for those individuals that don't want to fuck, or some goat milk or sheep milk, something
Yeah,
like that.
nope, that's
Absolutely.
a great idea.
So oatmeal.
That's a great idea.
Ice cream
Yeah.
out of oatmeal.
Oatmeal.
So that way, if you have a nut allergy, you don't have to worry about it. You feel me?
True, that's another good idea.
Or
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so that was part of my weekend.
Okay. Strong again.
Strong in. My bad. I do that every week. My bad. I start off with strong in, and then I
Right.
kind of go back into regular terminology.
For sure.
So something like interesting that I did. I went and hung out at Bazooki's for.
skinny white women.
Okay. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, I did some people watching, so that was
Went to go see
interesting.
some
I'm gonna just
salami.
leave that right there. But
Did y'all hear how she phrased it? She said, "I did some people
watching. Yeah.
You saw some ass cheeks clapping and hips
they might not be
moving, and
clapping.
she said, "Well, they might have been doing something." And she said,
It's that
"People
slow-mo
watching."
Yeah, people
Is that slow mo boy?
look, I'ma just leave
doing the
that
Matrix and shit. Yeah.
on the table
Oh, man.
right there, okay? And just say, if you want to watch some people, tap into Bazooki's. Now, whether you watching the people on stage or the people in the audience, your choice. But
right.
it's some good people watching going on.
All right.
Okay.
The drinks is good too.
All right.
Okay. Did you have food there at all?
I did have food. So they have their food actually comes from two restaurants. They don't actually cook the food there. So
They
you
they don't have Sweetwater wings, do they? They got Sweetwater in Bazooka?
No, it's I think the food comes from.
Sound like you telling on yourself. No.
About Sweetwater for sure.
I think the food comes from Nikki's and
The taco place.
the taco place.
Yeah, Taco
Look,
Loco.
Don know. Yep.
uh-oh.
See, Don know.
I'm just a food connoisseur in the city of Detroit. So,
Okay, yeah, that
And
makes
titties,
sense.
huh? No.
Food, ass, and
actually haven't been
titties.
to
Get it
it.
all at
I actually haven't been to a strip club in a fortnight. So yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
All right.
Okay.
So boom, that was my strong end.
Okay.
Oh,
now what about you, cuz? You say,
Yeah, no, that's how I say. That's how I say what's up. Or that's good.
My
That's
strong
good.
end was trying to recover because I didn't pinch a nerve or some shit, and I was just moving around too much for the last month. You know how I was ignoring this little acute pain I felt in my motherfucking back. Like even right now while I'm sitting here, as soon as I sit down, the shit start flaring up all over again. So yeah, I got one. Yeah, so I've been icing and doing ice and high. I actually went over and took the cold tub over there.
okay.
And did a session. We had to get it colder though.
Yeah.
Like, we had to get it. Like, that was an introductory.
Yeah, you might have to go pick up a damn polar bear.
But
you know what I mean?
Outside of that,
For real.
just kind of was just taking in everything from the last couple of weeks. Shout out to Trinity Film Festival.
Yeah, man.
They awarded me
Clap that
the outstanding male actor for 2024, and the movie that we did. I wish I could see heaven. With one of my fellow co-producers sitting beside me.
Absolutely.
You know, we can't wait for everybody to see it. So yeah, I'm just trying to recover, man. This shit, this pain hurt like a mug. I've never experienced
what you might want to
this
do,
before.
even though you might not want to do it, but yeah. We talked about it, but
Yeah. But outside of that, I did get out and do some walking. I walked like 3 miles the other day. While on the way here too, by the way. I guess Rhonda Walker had an event downtown where everybody was like walking and carrying on.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, she do that.
Yeah, now you know.
now y'all better, hey, look, and y'all better show off and shit for my walking shit on the 17th.
Man, why somebody put that? They see me with no shirt on walking around down there. I'm like, I wasn't even involved in that. I'm not kidding you, man.
You out there showing your
Don
grill.
Snipe spotting.
I was not in her walk, but you see what they say, right?
Yeah, he was,
Spotted down. It says, I spotted Don Snipes underlined running in Rhonda Walker's 5K event with no shirt on yesterday. Hashtag eye candy underlined thumbs up.
Hey.
Now listen.
see Areola Central.
Okay, all right. You know, everybody be looking out for Don's
I have
nipples.
been walking, but I was not in that event. You know what I'm saying? And I did see several people, but I wasn't in the Rhonda Walker. Shout out to Rhonda Walker, and to be honest, I don't even know. I think I heard she does this down there every year, and it's a lot of people. So
Okay.
yeah, but no, I'm just trying to recover right now. So I've learned that when certain shit happen, you got to sit down and ask the universe, okay, what do I need to get from this? So maybe I need to really take a break. Like I think sometimes we'll say, "Oh, I'm gonna take a break," and I will be the first to admit I don't even know what the fuck that is. You know, sometimes you get to the point where you feel guilty when you sit down, and I'll admit that. And this is forcing me to sit down right now, like tough. Like I said, I was just the struggle bus coming up in this mud, but it's all good. I put a little ice on.
Hey man, well, I'm glad you made it back up here.
Glad
you know
you're
what
back.
I'm saying?
Glad you're back.
And that you're able to do it.
And my
you know.
motherfucking
Yeah.
I haven't driven all week, so the car just been. And also when I got them, motherfucker was like,
Man.
these goddamn new push start cars. They
Ain't hitting on shit.
it said I had
Hey,
18
I love
motherfucking miles to empty. That bitch.
Hell
I love mine.
I mean, I do, but
But
whatever.
mine is a hybrid, so it's a little different. Mine's will tell me go find gas now, but I still have like a good like 30 miles on it, as well as some electric. So I don't have. But Don, can I just say, and here's a good time for you to plug it. But your beard is looking quite luxurious.
Oh really? Okay. We gotta shout out.
Hair crack.
We gotta shout out Hair Crack. Okay, we gotta.
They gotta come
shout
on back
out
too.
my sis Katrina.
Yeah.
For the products.
What's up, y'all?
Hey, he got his shit cut off right now, but him and his bro. Sis, we gonna get it on these two here. But thank you though, cause
You're welcome.
and it smell good too. Like this product it smells good and it keep your shit dancing. You know what I'm saying? And she said it's all
Gotta have a two-step.
natural. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Dancing,
All right.
dancing.
All right, so look, for me, real quick, I just want to give a shout out to Maria and how you pronounce her? Kiera? Yeah, Kiera. From Sis Let's Talk About It podcast for having me on this past Friday at 7 o'clock. And then they also came to my circuit training class that Saturday morning and got it in. So y'all should be seeing that episode sometime soon. So I just wanted to shout them out. So that's what I end up doing Friday and Saturday, along with, I did go to the show, but I didn't go see, say, Deadpool and Wolverine. I went to go see this movie that my client told me to go check out. It's called Long Legs. And it was a pretty good movie. It's kind of like, it puts you in the mind of like a Silence of the Lambs. So if you kind of like if you kind of like those kind of movies or whatever, this was a pretty good movie. So I went to go check that out. And then yesterday, man, I ain't do too much of nothing. Just got everything else together, did some walking and everything else, cut my grass, shit like that. So, all right. So, hey, look, shout out to Sis Let's Talk About It podcast. You know what I'm saying? On the podcasting network. Y'all can catch them every Friday night at 7 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? So check them out, all right? Tea Time with Toya. What you got, sis?
Tea Time with Toya. So this week on Tea Time with Toya, we're going to talk about being comfortable with being the unpopular opinion. I think that a lot of people are doing things just for the show, just for the gram, just for the book, just for
attention
TikTok.
whoring.
Yeah, but it's not even stuff that they enjoy doing, can afford to do. You know, it's completely out of who they are as a person or out of their character, but they're doing it to impress everybody else. They're doing it for the attention. They're doing it for the likes. And sometimes selling their souls for the attention. And I would like to normalize being the unpopular opinion. I feel like I'm the unpopular opinion a lot on here. on the podcast, but also on my social medias. But I am fine with that because I'm never going to make myself uncomfortable mentally, physically, spiritually, financially to fit in or to be popular.
Absolutely.
And I think we need to encourage more people to do that and start saying more like, it's okay if you don't do this. It's okay if you don't do that. We get back to being yourself. Learn who you are and be that.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know who the hell they is, though. That's the only thing, though. Yeah, absolutely.
Well,
I agree, though.
Get into it. You want to find out who you are, look at who raised you. Get into it. Dig deep.
That one, or when some shit go down and whatever, you know, how are you gonna handle it? That's gonna teach you a lot about yourself too, and see who you are.
Well,
too.
But again, but you have to.
You
be
get your ass whooped and shit. You know what I'm saying?
You have to be true to yourself to do that.
That you ain't as big and bad as you thought.
Like in order to see yourself through that, you have to be true to yourself to even do that. Because even if your response and how you're handling something is to please other people, you're still not being true to yourself. So when I say look at the people that raised you, and I think I brought this up on the show before, I did an exercise that said, you know, look at the core people that were around you that you drew from when you were growing up and create a list of the things that you loved about them and their personality and the things that they did for you that made you feel loved, and then make a list of the things that they did that, you know, made you feel neglected or unloved, or get to the root of why you need this type of attention. And if you really look at those things, you'll have a really good picture of who you are, because that's really what developed you.
Yeah. Well, I'll be honest with you. So what would you do to somebody who wasn't raised like that? Like
it's not just like your parents. So when I did the exercise, for me, it was my godfather, my grandmother, my aunt, And you know,
who was your village? Who was your tribe? For the most part?
like your village, not necessarily your people. And it might have been mentors from the street. It might have been mentors from the block. But who did you draw from in those younger years?
See, and that's the sad part about me. I honestly can say I didn't draw from nobody.
So then you might not need that exercise. You probably know who you are and don't need to figure it out.
I do know who I am. Well, yeah, good one. I'm sorry.
He always taking me down this path of unrighteousness for no reason.
So Trey, I'm thinking maybe for some of the younger folks that may be listening, or and just to add to what you're saying, also, because you made a good point, because it may not necessarily be family members. Maybe it just may be one of those things where we need to ask ourselves, you know, when we were younger, you know, who influenced us the most, you know, whether it be positive or negatively. Because when you just asked that question, I sat and I thought to myself, I had some people that I allowed to influence me from a negative standpoint. And then I thought to myself, like, why did I allow that? And then I have some people that influenced me, you know, from a positive angle. And I know how that made me feel as well. And I like everything you said, except for I think that once you reach a certain point and you start, you know, just kind of asking yourself the right questions, now we can just remove the certain words that give away our power or give other people credit for things that we make decisions for. I think that's just that might be a little bit more on an advanced level type thing.
Yeah.
Because I know when you talk to a lot of children, they're going to say, well, hey, you know, mom made me feel this way, or dad made me feel this way, or granddad made me feel this way. But I think after one kind of experiences that, now they can look back and say, okay, cool. Once you reach a certain point of maturity, now you can say, okay, what part did I play in this? And now, you know, how can I go about moving forward in my life where I take back my power and I utilize my power as an individual?
I think the exercise is definitely designed to show you your strengths and your weaknesses and where they came from. And once you identify that, you can definitely create your narrative of how you want that to play out in who you are today. That's, I know for me, like, that was a big thing of developing myself as an adult, developing myself as a mother, developing myself as a wife. It was looking at those things, pulling from the positive and changing the narrative of the negative.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's really, really dope, and I think I don't know how often as we're being raised in our rearing years, I don't know how often we're asked, how do we feel?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You know, because especially our older generations, they didn't care.
Hell no.
There was there. You don't even get an option.
How the fuck you
there
feel.
is no.
You know how you feel?
Yeah.
You don't
have
feel good?
feelings.
Take your ass to sleep. Everything was take your ass to sleep.
Exactly.
Go to sleep.
Exactly.
Your stomach hurt? Go to sleep.
So the issue with that is now I'm basing how I feel on what you allow me to and what you allow me to express, or I'm hiding how I really feel.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So it is very much, I agree. I think it's very much based on how you were raised, how and who, because a lot of the times, man, a lot of the people who are conforming to these atmospheres and doing all of these things, I can't speak for everybody, but I will say there's probably a good chance that they were rejected, neglected, or abandoned in their growing years.
Yes.
So because of that, listen, we all want to belong to something.
Yes.
Now, whether we admit it out loud is a whole different story, but we all want to belong to something, and we all want to instinctually find our tribe, wherever that tribe is. Sometimes that tribe is blood, and sometimes that tribe is mud.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're raised in the mud with it. You know what I'm saying? But we all want to belong to a tribe, and that tribe could just be one other person.
Yeah.
But if there's one other person that you find that is like, oh yes, this these are my people. This is it. You know what I'm saying? So if you're longing for that because you lack that in your tribe growing up, that's why a lot of people are sheeple, man.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Yeah.
That is absolutely true.
Yeah.
And we also have to understand, like, I get it. Abandonment, rejection, like, that trauma is deep. But when you really start to do the work, you can really see, like, dang, I really just need to be around people who love me for me.
Yeah.
Regardless of what that is. We might not be the same. I might not like to do the same things that you do, but you love me for me and accept me for that and respect that. Like, example, my cousins, when they go out, they party all night long. But I'm like the auntie of the group. So you only gonna get me for a couple of hours, and then auntie going to bed. And I'm okay with that. And they know that about me, and they respect that about me. They don't try to keep me longer. They don't try to convince me to stay. They don't try to make me feel bad about it. They just respect that and love me for who I am. Yeah. So you have to be true to yourself and surround yourself with people who are going to love you for who you are, truly who you are, and not try to make you be who they want you to be, not expect you to be their yes man, not expect you to be a people pleaser. When you get to the root of that, you can truly live a happy life.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Say, Don, you got anything else you want to add before we get into
No, I think you hit it right on the head. You know, I often talk about, love equals freedom, love equals acceptance. And I think that total acceptance and total freedom to, be uniquely yourself is a beautiful thing. I was having a conversation the other day about, it just happened to be about the Boosie Dwayne Wade thing where, Lil Boosie made some, disparaging comments about, Dwayne Wade in terms of his son, wanting to change some few things in terms of his gender and sexuality and all of that. And my comment was that, if I had a child that was growing up in my home, and after a certain age, they said, hey, Dad, maybe I don't want to be he no more. I think I'm she. Or maybe I'm she and I think I want to be he. That's just going to be a conversation that we have to have. Now, the one thing that I am going to do is just reassure them that I'm going to love you no matter what. But I will not be allowing any body parts to be altered, and I won't be allowing any switching on your birth certificate while you under my household. And that was just kind of my stand on it. I was like, I'm gonna accept you, I'm gonna love you, I'm gonna allow you to be free and all that other kind of shit. Once you get to a certain age where you really feel like this is who I am, if you want to go switch some shit, feel free.
That's on you.
If you want to cut off some body parts and have your doc be a twat, all that other kind of shit, feel free. But while you under my stewardship, you're going to have to respect, you know what I'm saying, some of the rules up under my house as well. And I'm not going to shame you. I'm not going to make you feel bad because I realize that as well. I feel like, in our community, we know how to shame the hell out of a motherfucker.
Yeah.
I mean, it's horrible. And while I was sitting here and then you were mentioning that, I guess the resounding thing that was just going off in my head was this topic just kind of falls under the umbrella of, all of us, it would behoove all of us to learn how to just love better.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, learn more about it. I feel like one of the things that we good at is, acting the ass towards one another. Mm-hmm. And you get so good at that shit, it's just like you don't even know how to love somebody else. And accept them for accept them for who they are, and allow them to be who they want to be, without being rigid and having these things that make people uncomfortable around us, all kind of stuff. So I just think that all of us, we need to get a little bit better about like you said, not only loving ourselves but allowing others to be who they want to be, and not judge them for it.
Yeah. All right.
So-
All right. I smoke a bag of that shit if I was to smoke, but definitely in shit. You know what I'm saying? I agree with y'all. 138%, not 150, but yeah, 138. But nah. But while we have, say, the extinguished guest in the building, welcome to, say, the GAMG, the Big Flex Strong Cast. Tell the people about yourself a little bit, you know, for you, you know, I already read off some of your stuff. You know, it took about 20 minutes, you know what I'm saying? This guy be super busy, but, yeah, so, Henri, Mr. Franklin.
Yeah, man. First off, thank you for having me, man. I know you didn't invite me for a minute, so I'm very honored and blessed to be able to show up finally.
Thank you.
I'm in the building, and I'll definitely be back if I'm invited.
Oh, come on, man. Of course. You got it's an open door policy for you, brother.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. Yeah, no, man. So I have been acting. It'll be 22 years in September.
Damn.
Yeah, 22 years in September.
Season vet.
Yeah. And I've literally had no years off. No years off. It's been consistently. Acting has been my mainstay and my thing for 22 years here, and I feel really grateful and really honored because I feel like when God or universe or however you label gives you gifts, you have the opportunity to use those gifts, but also cultivate them in other people.
Yeah.
You know, so I've been teaching probably about 19 years straight.
Okay.
Teaching and mentoring. So yeah, I've seen so many lives change for the positive. I had one young man one time, he said he wrote me on Facebook. This is a long time ago, actually. And he wrote me on Facebook. He's like, "Hey, Henri, I just want to let you know I'm writing you from my dorm room in college." And he was like, "Because you work with me at Teen Hype," that's one of the programs I work with. "Because you work with me at Teen Hype, you showed me that I had more options than just the dope game." And he was like, you know, my uncles, fathers, cousins, they're all in it. They were all raising me in it. And he said, when I saw you on TV, I was like, yo, wait a minute, I can do something else.
Yep.
And that was one of the most impactful messages I've received.
That's hell of it.
Yeah. And it's you know, it's been a long, it's been a journey. It's been a journey. It's been a marathon, man. This thing is not a sprint at all. This thing is not a sprint at all. And you know, I heard one time, I heard somebody say, you really don't know how to act until you're 20 years in. And when I heard that, I was probably about 8 or 9 in, and booking like crazy.
Okay.
So when I heard it, I was like, yeah, nah, okay, all right. But listen, this version of me would destroy that version of me.
Okay.
I've lived more life. I've experienced more things, so I can tell more truth.
Okay.
So when you see me perform, you know I'm not lying.
Yeah.
You know, as actors, you know, it's kind of it's our job to tell the story of this character. Not judge the story, but to tell the story of this character with honesty and truth, and go after what we are fighting for.
Okay.
And we do that by saying things and doing things to different people, trying to get to our personal happiness. That's what, listen, the real golden nugget of acting, in my opinion, is this: you are after this character's personal happiness. And sometimes things make you happy that you don't like doing.
Okay.
Sometimes things make you happy that you don't like doing.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you are ever forced to take care of a elderly parent, you may not like doing it, but knowing that you are taking care of them and giving them back what they gave to you when you were younger, it makes your heart happy in some way, shape, or form. You know what I'm saying? So we're all after our own personal happiness. And when we're acting and we're playing characters, it's absolutely no different. And then the other thing is, you have to be a truth teller. You have to be a truth teller, okay? And what I mean by that is this. You can lie with your mouth easy. You got to be really good to make your body lie. You have to be very, very conscious to make your body lie. For your body to lie with your mouth, you got to be really, really good. But I'm going to tell you what never lies is your eyes. You can't help it.
Damn.
Your eyes will always tell you. Your eyes will always tell what the brain is thinking. So if you ever want to see if somebody lying, really look right into those eyes. The eyes cannot lie.
Like, let me see that motherfucking eye.
Yeah.
You lying bastard.
You lying.
Unfortunately, I went out.
If you one is it,
Well,
one eye.
and then if you blind, then that's a I don't know. I don't know.
You say old Cyclops.
Yeah. But yeah, man. So it's been a really, really dope journey, man. I've worked with a lot of really dope famous people. I've worked with a lot of really dope not so famous people.
Yeah.
And I've had a phenomenal opportunity to mentor a lot of folk. Like a lot of people don't know because I really don't broadcast it like that. And I really don't put it on social media like that. But I work with a lot of people, especially here in Detroit, that's really, really popular and really, really popping.
Yeah,
like,
man. Look, I told you, it took you about 10 minutes to read off some of your accolades and stuff. And that should tell you right there.
Yeah,
definitely.
So it's been a really, really dope journey, and then it's to be able to be in this room with all of you, because if I don't say yes to this journey, I don't meet you. Yeah. I don't meet any of you. You know what I'm saying? And Snipes is my brother here, man. So to be able to do what you love and to take care of the people that you love, and then cultivate those that you grow to love is amazing, man. Yeah.
All right. So did you start off in theater, or did you start off doing say films off the rip or anything like that?
So really what happened, man, how I got into it, bro, I was I went to Cass Tech, and my mom wanted me to be in the Performing Arts Guild. She wanted me to be in the PA Guild, and at that time I was like, nah, I play football, now girls like me, leave me alone. I was like, they like me now. Like I didn't even listen. I didn't even use my first name in elementary and middle school. Like, I thought Henri was feminine, so I went by my middle name. My middle name is Dewan. So if anybody calls me Dewan in public, they know me from middle and elementary school.
Okay.
Right? So I got to high school, and one girl was like, "What's your name?" And I was like, "Henri." She was like, "It's what?" I was like, "It's Henri." She was like, "Ooh." And I was like, "Okay." Yeah, but no, my mom wanted me to get into it, and I just was avoiding it, man. And I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I'm not really a super religious person, but I'm a spiritual person, and I feel very, very connected and heavily connected to my spirit in the spiritual realm. I believe in all of that, man. I've seen some things, but so I had 3 different customers. I was working at Gordon Food Service when I was in high school. College.
Okay.
3 different customers asked me the identical question, the exact same question. 3 random customers all said, "Hey, when am I going to see you in a play?"
Wow.
And literally after the 3rd one asked, I stopped in the store. I kid you not. I'm not a liar. I'm not going to lie to you. I'll be quiet before I lie. I stopped in the store. I looked up. I was like, all right, man, I'll try it. That was 2002. That was 2002. And I've been doing it ever since, man. Yeah.
Well, there you go.
It was theater.
So you're seeing your signs. You just got to be open to receive them.
Yeah.
Amen.
Absolutely.
Yeah, legit.
All right. What has been the most challenging for you,
Golf.
You say golf.
Sorry, that's
say
that might be
saying a role or whatever,
Man,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, a role. So a role.
And saying in your profession, you know what I'm saying?
The most challenging. Oh, that's a good question, man. I would. You know what? I would say if you ever have to play somebody who already lived, or somebody who's already existed, like you have to watch footage on this person. You have to study how they move. You have to study their fears and what challenges them. You have to study their physical attributes, like do they have a limp, their speech cadence, all of that. Those are the hardest characters to play. Like when you're playing something that you're making up from scratch, that's a lot easier than playing somebody who has already existed, because you have to watch them you try your best to physically look like them, and then you have to mimic what they believe and how they speak. I think that's the hardest part of acting. I think.
Damn. Okay.
That's deep.
Yeah.
No, I definitely agree with that.
I never thought about that one.
Yeah, and to add to that, sometimes when I've watched movies where, they, like you said, it was based on somebody else's life, I can get thrown off. If I want to hear, like you say, the cadence of the guy. I want to hear all of that. You know what I'm saying? That lets you know, hey, you did your homework. When they just throw somebody in there, he don't sound, act, walk, nothing like the dude. What the fuck am I watching? You know what I'm saying? That's actually really, really hard. When I had the opportunity to play Malcolm X, and there were two different books. You have his autobiography, but there was another book that came out about him, and this book pretty much it really tried to trash his legacy. All right. He went on to say about how Malcolm X, his auntie pretty much ran the streets, and he learned all his slick ways from them. It switched up the story with him and Red Fox in terms of how they met. It was just a lot of stuff in it that, but like you just said, Ree, and doing my homework on that, I also read a lot of other information that's not known to the public. And a lot of people believe that Barack Obama could potentially be Malcolm X son. Now, it's just these people, they have these huge lectures about this, right? Now, just bear with me on this. In the place where Barack Obama grew up was like a couple of blocks away from.
Somebody in Hawaii, something?
No, Chicago.
In Chicago.
Check it out. So there was this article in the Final Call that said that when Malcolm X it announced that he had a child, but you never saw nothing else afterwards. So some people was like, well, where'd the child go? All right. When I start watching video, like you said, when you would see Malcolm X talk, he always kind of pointed his finger a certain kind of way at the podium. Watch Barack Obama. It's the same. Okay? When you hear them talk, their cadence is the same. So, bro, I started going down this rabbit hole, and I was like, oh, my God, is this what I... And listen, it was reported that when he got out of the nation, he didn't want... It's possible that he didn't want nobody to know about this child because he wouldn't want this child killed if it just so happened to be a boy. So it was deep. That's all I'm gonna say. You know what I'm saying? But I read a lot about it, man, and it was like you said, it was one of the things I was most nervous about because I was just like, man, I don't want to like no fool playing Malcolm X. Right. Only thing I didn't do was dye my hair red.
Spilling tea.
One thing for sure, I was going to ask you about that because I was trying to explain to people, they was trying to emulate Red Fox in the X movie with Spike Lee. Is that part true? Did you bring up any of that? Did you read any of that?
So from what I read, basically Malcolm X and Red Fox, they worked together, and they worked together on a train. All right, they both did something with the food. All right, and so
they both like white women at that time.
At the time, all right. But again, this was during a time where pretty much they said that Malcolm X, his aunt came into town because at one point he was living with her. They basically say, what's my man, Spike Lee?
Spike Lee.
Okay, so in the movie, Spike Lee would pretty much represent Red Fox.
That's what I was saying.
Okay, yeah. But they're switching it. In the movie, they tried to say, well, Spike Lee was the bad influence on Malcolm. Yeah. But in the second book, it said that Malcolm was the bad influence on Red. Yeah, it was interesting.
For them smoking cigarettes.
And interesting fact, the author of that book, he died like as soon as the book was published. I can't even think of his name right now, but he died. Shout out to Brenda Perriman too. May she rest in peace. A lot of people know her in the film acting community. She was a teacher. I can't think of what school, but anyway, she actually let me borrow the book before she had passed, and I read it. But
rest in peace.
I got a question for you though, Ree. What has been the most rewarding thing about your journey as an actor?
Oh man, first thing that comes to mind, bro. Yeah, I better not tear up. No, legit, no, it's for real.
We
First
got
thing,
one
first thing.
Right.
Maybe.
Tear up.
No, I'm a.
Probably ain't gonna be something I was gonna ask you for.
No, the most rewarding thing right now, first thing pops into mind is I have left a visible legacy for my children and my children's children.
There you go. All right.
Like there is, and I've been really, really blessed to be able to do projects with my kids.
That's what I was gonna
Both of my sons were in I Wish I Could See Heaven.
Killed it.
I was able, shout out,
Killed it.
Yeah, that whole Zach Cunningham, Charles Kennedy, everybody involved with the project. So both of my sons are in that. That's really cool. I got to do Little Church with Evan several years back. And then Aubrey and I are in a Lifetime movie with Tia Mowry.
Oh, wow.
So that's my daughter. It's called Miracle. It's called Miracle in Motor City, and we actually play father and daughter in it.
Wow.
So
that's dope.
Yeah. So it's like
that's dope.
Yeah. So it's not only okay. So they got paid for it, right, and get residuals for it, right. So that's dope.
That's a hell of a.
But also, it is like one day when I'm no longer here, you can look at this and you can feel me.
Yeah.
Because you were here this day. Yeah. You were here with me. We experienced this at the same time. Yeah. And then one day, when maybe it's great grandchildren, I don't know, because I'm trying to be around this boy for a minute, but you can show them and go,
there you go. Great.
We are here because of him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's hell of a.
And that I don't know. I really don't know what is much more rewarding to that. I don't really know what is much more rewarding than that for me at this point in my life. Like, money comes and goes, fame comes and goes, people come and go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you know,
opinion of you,
people opinion comes and goes. You know what I'm saying? But when you can leave legacy, man, that's it for me.
Go ahead. There you go. Flex that shit on out.
I'm sorry, I got one more question because before we got here, and something that I always think about as an actor, and I want to ask you, what have you learned about yourself from being in this game? Because I always tell people, I'm like, man, I learned a lot about myself. You know what I'm saying? Stuff that I've been teaching my children, but what have you personally learned about Henri Franklin since you've been in this game?
Be very, very comfortable in embracing yourself and who you are, and allow life and things to reveal to you who you are. Because I think we know who we are. Until we get into certain circumstances and certain situations, and then it's like, whoa, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Oh, that's in me. I do that. You know. So I think because we have to tell truth, because we have to tell so much truth in this career, and we have to be so metaphorically naked or actually physically naked on lawnmowers. You know what I'm saying?
We got a call.
So welcome to the GAMG, the Big Flex Strongcast. Who we have on the line?
You have the doctor on the line.
Uh-oh.
Congratulations, guys.
Oh, thank you, doctor. Just a good doctor.
This a good doctor. I have a question for the actors. Both Don and Mr. Henri. For your next acting role, what character do you think that you would play that would kind of push you out of your comfort zone? What would be a most challenging role that you haven't delved into as of yet?
That's a good question. Thank you.
You want to go first? You got your answer? I just thought of mine.
Go ahead.
A quadriplegic.
Damn.
Oh.
Like somebody who has like no use of their limbs. I've never had to be in that position to challenge myself like that, because in that instance you can't rely on any of this. It's all here. It's all here. It's all facial. And I think there is, I believe everybody's story deserves to be told, and everybody's story has a platform somewhere. You know, it would be the most challenging for me, and I would enjoy doing it. However, if I was doing the casting, I would cast somebody who actually was.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? If it was me.
Yeah.
But I would love to take the challenge of playing it. Now, God protect everything. I don't need to experience it in real life to play it. I'm good on that. But I'm just saying I've never had to play a role where I did not have use of my body. Yeah. So I think that would be challenging. Yeah.
All right. Good shit. All right. What about you, Snipes?
I don't have an answer for that right now. I'm at a part of my life where I look at acting as a privilege, and I enjoy it. And I honestly, because just even recently, and I'll share this real quickly, and I was laughing, I was talking to Ree about this, you know, a movie that I was in have been getting a lot of, you know, talks, mentioned, whatever. But it was one of the first times, man, that I had so many people, man, like talk about me in a derogatory way. And I mean everything from, you know, you ugly, your eyebrows look stupid, you look like you like you always smelling, you like a goat. I had somebody write notes, say, hey, you look like your chin stank. What? Yeah, I'm not making this up. Nah. Listen. I had women on there like, man, you one of the most unattractive men I ever seen in my life. And I called Rhea, and you know, we were talking about this, and I'm just like, man, you know, I am glad that I'm at a point in my life where I'm grounded enough, because this business is not for everybody. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And because I do this because I truly love it, I don't necessarily really feel like I got to pull some stunt just to prove a motherfucker wrong, or to try to like prove them otherwise. Like, some people gonna like me, some people not. Yeah. And you know, I always say, you know, I've learned so much just about myself personally from acting, because it requires you to be vulnerable in ways that just the average person can't. Like you said, you know, like I heard when I first got into this business, there's a myth that some people believe like a good liar could be a great actor, but that's far from the fucking truth. You know, you telling somebody you lying to them is one thing. You know, you gonna know certain information, you gonna know what buttons to push. But if I told you, hey Q, when you come in here, you an 88-year-old man, you got sciatica pain running down your left fucking leg, and you hungry and you suffer from migraines, what do that look like? Yeah. And can you really put you can't lie. Like you said, your mouth might can motherfucking lie, but your body and your eyes, nah, they gonna tell the story. So this is much more oftentimes physically and mentally demanding than what people give us a lot of credit for. Like, even while I'm sitting here right now, I'm kind of burnt out. I need a break. You know what I'm saying? I think people, they just kind of see the end result of the hard work. But when I went and saw Usher, and I was like, damn, you know, brother he in shape. And man, when you see those artists on tour, those musicians, man, that take a lot out of you. And same with this business, you know, because we around a lot of energy, we around a lot of folk. Some people in this because they, you know, they want to do other things, and they, you know, this business just, some people in it, they're not right, you know, and I'm not here to judge, you know, somebody else's reason for being in it, but you know, just me personally, when you allow that type of energy into your space, sometimes you gotta pull yourself back and detox and cleanse from it. So, again, you know, that's how I feel. I don't have an answer to your question, but I'm just enjoying the journey.
All right.
Well, I like that. I have one more question.
Yeah, we got like 2 minutes.
Okay, I'm sorry. The next question is, and this is kind of just on the flip side of things, is there a role with like entertainment industry and, you know, with like music and then the arts and acting, is there a role that you guys would ever think that you would never do, or are you open to all roles in acting? Is it anything that you're like is just against, you wouldn't do? Or I know, like when they say some men they dress black men up in dresses in Hollywood. Is there a role that you wouldn't do per se, or are you open to all acting experiences?
We all look at each other.
You want to go first this time?
We're gonna have to. Hey, look, we're gonna.
I think the road. I'll just say this. I have some limitations in terms of, what I would want somebody to see depending on the role that I played. When I first started this game, again, I think I've learned so much about myself. There were probably some things that I would have said no to. But at this point in my life, I can't. There's some things that I just can't tap into because that's not really my lifestyle. And if I did ever do that, I definitely will have some limitations and boundaries in terms of how I would portray, that particular character. And I guess just to not even sugarcoat nothing, like I don't. I used to ask myself the question: could I play a homosexual male? And I did get the opportunity to or I got asked to play that character a few different times. It's just right now, and even back then, I don't necessarily really have too many experiences to draw from that. And I wouldn't necessarily want my children to see me, in that kind of role, especially if it was something that was a little over sexual, and that's just a personal choice for me.
Yeah. Right. I want to say thank you, Don, for giving us that honest answer. I heard you going the PC route about it, which I'm not used to from you. So I'm glad you just came straight out and
what's the PC?
Like he wasn't the politically correct.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. I'm slow.
But I want to thank you for like being open and direct and honest about that. And also point out, like we've had these conversations before on air, that's not something that you judge or something, but that's just you being true to who you are and having those healthy boundaries and sticking to those healthy boundaries regardless of it being an unpopular opinion.
Yeah.
So
because I do think I could play a homosexual male, but I think in terms of the sexual aspect of it, I would have difficulty, just kind of opening myself up to that because again, a lot of times when we play in these roles, it just come with a lot. A lot of people just don't even see. What about you, bro?
Yeah.
I'm pretty much on the same plane, man. Again, I want to be a truth teller the best that I can. That is not my personal life experience, and I don't knock or look differently on anybody whose it is. I just feel like there is a certain level of physical intimacy that my flesh just won't even allow.
Right.
It'll be like, nah, it just wouldn't feel right.
It wouldn't be believable.
Even, and now I'm not exactly. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then also, for me, I found it depends on what I'm doing, what else I'm doing in my career, right? Because I've had offers for roles and auditions with some very, 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 very popular people. To play some things that were completely contradictory to what I was doing in terms of with my mentorship with kids. Gotcha. You know what I'm saying? This character had to do some real trifling stuff to kids. And I was like, yo, dude, like, I don't even want to tap into that. But two, I don't, at this point in my life, while I'm still working so heavy with the youth, I don't want to tap into that because I don't want them to see that and be,
like, it's contradiction.
Yeah.
Because when you're talking about kids, like, it can be difficult sometimes for them to separate truth from
adults too.
Yeah.
Up there, all day.
So, you're right.
Adults too.
Before we get out of here, Don, I'd like to commend you on your new movie, 10 Toes Down. You acted like from
Cuz did his thing.
In your face, you act with your facial expressions. It wasn't your body. Your body was just like there. You know what I mean? But your face told the story. And I commend you, and I tell people all the time, a good actor act with their face.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the paraplegic thing is definitely a dope-ass way to even start. That's why I like the role that the white guy played in with Kevin Hart when he was paraplegic, right?
Yeah.
And he was believable. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I think it's dope.
I appreciate you, man.
No problem. I called you when I first.
Yeah, you did.
I was like,
You did. I
hey,
appreciate you.
Hey.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, I appreciate
Say,
you,
hey,
man.
look, and I want to give a shout out to you for wearing my shit on there. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate it. Yeah, so y'all already know what the GAMG say apparel, cuz and shit rocked it out in that movie too. He didn't even tell me. Good looking.
Hey, I want to say too, man, to the guests while you on here, Reed, man. I definitely have enjoyed, our friendship, man. Funny story, y'all. I met this brother. He was just getting ready to go on television, and they had a dancicle. And I met this brother, and he said, look, man, he said, this the role you auditioning for. And so they picked me, and all of a sudden I got to dance with no shirt on and some weird shit. Man, listen,
that's where your signature comes from.
Listen, that was me stepping out of my comfort zone right off the rip. I'm like, man, what the hell is this that I'm doing? But I can say, man, ever since I met you, man, and you've been in my life, man, I've cherished, and I don't take none of our moments for granted, man. I love you, bro.
Yeah. Love you too, brother, for sure.
Hey.
Thank you.
Hey, listen. Let everybody know what kind of upcoming events that you have going on right now, and what you got going on, and also let them know on how they can support you and follow you and do all those things.
Yeah. So right now I'm directing for a camp for a program called I Am Song, and Song stands for Saving Our Next Generation. And this Friday, it's dope. So this Friday at the Music Hall, I just came from a meeting at the Music Hall. This Friday at the Music Hall at 7 p.m., youth from the age 7 to 17, singers, actors, drummers, and dancers are all doing Coming to America Detroit version at the Music Hall.
All right.
We're doing that. We're really excited about that. And then from August to December, I'll be at the Purple Rose Theater in Chelsea doing an original play by Jeff Daniels called Office Christmas Party. Rudolph and Grinch get in fight. Police are called.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Like, that's a real.
Hey, look, I'm out there with Chelsea. Here we come.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yep. And then it's just Henri Franklin on all social media. Yep. HenriFranklin on all social media.
And y'all done seen them everywhere, so make sure y'all support y'all, all right? Anything y'all want to add real quick before we out of here? About to flex it on out?
Flex it out.
Hey, thanks again, Henri.
Appreciate it, man.
Mr. Franklin for coming on through. We're going to flex that shit on out like this, y'all. We're going to see y'all next week, 9 o'clock. Peace, y'all.